How you been?
I've been running like a crazy man.
I bet you have. My goodness gracious.
It's just been one. It's been a whirlwind, man.
Yeah, I can imagine. Um, Rush, what still gets you up in the morning to coach?
Just I was away from it for a couple of years, and or last year, and then before that, a couple of years when I was with my son at Piedmont, my children, when I left Georgia. So the first year I really didn't miss it. In 21, I really didn't miss it, but I contacted COVID, was in the hospital, in really bad shape for about 6 weeks. So I didn't have time to miss it. And then the next year in 22, um, I just got the eggs, man. And so I went to Pell City. Well, I came to Coosa for a few months and then went to Pell City. And then after that deal over there last year, I just sort of hung around Pell City, was able to go to practice, was able to mingle with the team, uh, was involved a good bit, all that kind of stuff. But, and then we moved to Gadsden to open a business. So when I moved to Gadsden to open a business, I sort of started coming back over to Coosa and helping out a little bit. Had no indication that I would, that I would be coaching, but just helping. And then when all the stuff went down, they came to me and told me that, they wanted me to do it. And I'm doing it for the right reason, Jeff. I'm doing it because I think the kids need it, and I'm not being paid for it at all, not a dime. $1 a month. But basically, I'm doing it for the right reasons. And I think the good Lord called me to do it. I really believe that. This church has been good to me. The school's been good to me. Uh, just sort of like the culture here. So what got me up was I really believe this deep down. I think the Lord was working on me pretty hard throughout the summer because I rejected it all summer long. No, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I kept telling Bill Clark, no, I don't think I'm going to do this. I don't think I'm going to do this, you know. And so I just become so involved with the business and my family and grandkids and all that kind of stuff, And then, but at the end, it just kept me up at night, getting up in the morning early, and I just kept going, man. They need my help, and so I started going back around a little bit. And when all that went down with Mark, it was just time to do it, and I feel real blessed. I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it.
Rush, what is it about Friday nights that get the juices going?
For me, Jeff, I've never been a big Friday night guy. I don't know why. People say that, but Fridays don't get me going. I mean, Fridays is sort of the culmination of the week. To me, what gets me going is Saturday morning after the game and getting prepared Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for next week's opponent. That's what I miss the most is the preparation and the grind to get team ready. Because you're every day there's a deadline. Every day. Saturday there's a deadline, Sunday there's a deadline, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, leading up to Friday night kickoff. So you got to you got to check those boxes every hour on the hour from Saturday to Friday night when you kick it off. That's the challenge for every coach. And there's never a minute to relax at all. Zero. And I sort of missed that part. I missed the 12 midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. The things you have to do to be ready to play a football game is enormous if you're going to be successful. And that's what draws me back. And that's what I get geeked up to do is that stuff, is the preparation and getting our team ready. When Friday night gets here, you know, it's a game, yes. Do I enjoy winning? Yes. But I just hope I've done my job during the week, Jeff, to get our team ready. That's what gets me going.
That's really cool. What about your material, Rush? What do you think?
We're thin. They've always had here 7, 8, 10 kids to move in, to come to Coosa because we're a private school and our school is really good. Church is really good. The team has been successful the last several years. They were 9-1 last year, state runner ups the year before. The year before that, they were the semifinals, got beat on a Hail Mary. So they've had 3 years of success. The problem this year is they did not get any move-in kids. Nobody came because I guess the cloud, whatever. They didn't get any move-in kids. So we're extremely dangerously thin. We really only have about 14 players that will play in a game, and they play every snap both ways, special teams, they do it all. We have about 3 or 4 reserves that we can move in and out a little bit. But if somebody gets hurt or tired or whatever, we're in bad shape now. I mean, I looked at them last year. They beat Pell City actually last year. They had about 20 good football players, maybe 21 that you could line up and play on any level. This year, we got about 10 or 11 that I think can play. That are on any level. But after that, it's a drop off, Jill.
So when you go to Georgia Friday, right? What do you want to see?
I just want to see our consistency. And last year they gave them 28 points. I mean, it was bad. I mean, they were up 7-0 in the first quarter, and then next thing you know, they spot them. They don't field the punt. They don't field the kickoff. They give up a kickoff return. They throw a pick six. So they turn around against a really good team. Pierce County can play football in South Georgia. They all can play down there. The culture's unbelievable in that 75-mile radius of Valdosta that's been good for 100 years. Everybody around there bleeds football. And so they hung with them, but they spotted them 28 points. I think we have to go down there and play with consistency. Don't look at the scoreboard. Uh, Play and just fight your guts out, and let's see what happens at the end. Don't turn the ball over. Try to play complimentary football, and that's the only chance we got. I mean, we shouldn't be in this game at all. Their depth will take care of us probably just like Pell City next week. We don't have the depth to hang with those kind of teams that have multiple players playing. So when we get into our region, we'll be fine. But these first 2 ball games, then we got Blunt middle of the year that comes and plays us here, and then we go to Tuscaloosa Academy at the end of the year. So we got a pretty tough non-region schedule too, and then we got Southeastern, our toughest region opponent, I think, week 3 right after Pell City on a Thursday night in Birmingham. So or upper part of Birmingham. But I think that our schedule is pretty tough. But that's what happens when you're successful. You have to upgrade your schedule.
When you play Pella City, will that be emotional for you?
I don't know if it will be. I wasn't there long enough to really get ingrained. My wife's from there, and I got a lot of good friends there. Bill Clark's one of my best friends, if not my best friend, and we talk 3 and 4 times a week. We go to vacation together. We do a lot together. And I played for his dad. He coached for me. I coached for him at UAB. Uh, and I got good friends in Pell City. Don't get me wrong. The people that brought me there, not the administration, because they didn't really brought me there. It was an outside group that brought me, which was a problem. But a lot of that's changed now, and I don't think it'll be that emotional, to be honest. But now, if I'd been there, I go back to Colquitt this year on October 3rd to the Colquitt Valdosta game to honor our national championship 2015 team. The people in our region was good enough to move that game to Thursday here at Coosa where I could go. That will be emotional because that's the first time I've gone back in 10 years. So that will be extremely emotional on October 3rd when I go. That's the oldest rivalry game in the state of Georgia. It's Colquitt Valdosta. That will be emotional. Pell City will be. It'll be Pell City. I mean, I know those kids. About 15 of those starters were kids that started for us. My first, when we started that thing back in 23. So I know those kids very well, and I love them and care for them and hope the best for the staff. I hired that staff, most of them. So, I do care about them, and I want them to win that next Friday night. I hope they don't, but they're better than us, Jeff, and it'll be tough for us next week, too.
Were you proud of Nick and what he did last year with that team?
Yeah, I was actually. It was a tough. I mean, I didn't leave till late, and and I felt like at the time that I resigned, I had to help the team. So I mean, I could have stayed on, but I just knew there was strife and distractions and all that stuff, and I just didn't feel like wanting to be a part of that anymore. And so I stepped aside and gave it to Nick and Joey Bennett's there and a lot of my coaches and stuff. So, yeah, I was proud of them. And they got in the playoffs for the first time in a long time. And they got a good team now. They got a really good team coming back. They got 9 starters that played 21 ball games. So uh, they'll be really stout on defense. And their offensive skill is really good. Quarterback's really good. So they'll be hard to tame, and I think they'll be able to play with anybody in their region. They got Clay Chalkville third, which will be tough over there. But after that, they'll be pretty. They could win out. They could win out, and they may upset Clay, but that will be a difficult one. But I feel like they got their tough games at home, so I'm looking for big things at Pell City this year. I really am.
Yeah, that number 15 is really good. He's going to your alma mater.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's really good. But they got a lot of good players. They do, and those kids have hung together for those 3 years. We sold them a vision, and they've hung in there. And I think the fruits of their labor will show off big time this year.
You said that you enjoy the preparation. How much do you still enjoy the teaching?
A lot, as far as the teaching the football part of it, or
Yeah.
the yeah, yeah, because I don't teach class here, but I enjoy the teaching. I mean, that's what football is. If you're not a good teacher, Jeff, you're not a good coach. I mean, you have to maintain your room. I mean, when I hire coaches now, if they can't control their room, then I don't hire them. I mean, they have to be able to go into a room like a classroom teacher. They've got to put their subject matter on the board or whatever technology they use, and they've got to be able to teach. And if they can't teach, they can't coach. And so I'm big on that, and I've always been big on that. And so, and that's how I hire people. If I don't feel like they can manage a classroom at their position or their group, like coordinators, then I don't hire them. So, and I think me. I mean, you look at the coaches that worked under me for the last 30 years. I mean, there's 20 something of them have been in college football, and a couple of them have gone to the NFL. So, uh, I've always hired good people, but I've always hired people that I felt like were great teachers too. And we had a little deal a couple of weeks ago with the '04 team, and all the coaches came back. Pruitt, myself, and Faulkner, and Todd Watson, who was at Alabama, and a lot of the coaches came back, and we had most of the players were there from the '04 team. Jared Bryant was a senior. That was the year we went undefeated, and a lot of fun. But I look around and look at all how many great coaches were on that staff. Matt Moore, who's at Virginia Tech, was at West Virginia. Um, Man, Kevin Shera, who just retired from college coaching.
Yeah.
Man, we had a good
Pruitt.
staff. Yep. And Jeremy Pruitt's coaching over at Plainview and
Yeah.
teaching elementary PE.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, I talk to him all the time. I talk to all of them really. I mean, we keep a pretty good relationship, and I talk to him. He's running the program at Plainview for his daddy, and but Dale's still in charge. But I think Jeremy's enjoying life. I think he's enjoying coaching on that level again. It's good, Jeff. It's good to get back to your roots, and that's what I've enjoyed here at Coosa is because, uh, you know, lining fields and getting ice ready for practice, taping ankles, and there's just a lot of things you do here that I did at Asheville. You go back and pull some old clips up when I was at Asheville and back in '89 through '92. We had a great football team in '92. Probably could have won the state title, got beat in the semis by the eventual state champions, Elba. You cut all the grass, just like we do here. You line all the fields. You tape ankles. You take out trash. You clean. You do it all. You don't have a support staff. My wife's doing the nutrition here. She's helping. She got a bunch of women here helping her, but um, so it's different. It's different, but it's good. It's a good different. I think Jeremy will tell you the same thing. We grew up this way. I grew up at Ohatchee playing that kind of ball. Jeremy grew up at Plainview. Now we're back to our roots. We're back in that same thing that we started at when I played at Ohatchee or when I coached at Asheville or Heflin. And so, I mean, a lot of people think of Rush Probst, they think of big school ball. Rush Probst was played no action, coached at Heflin, coached at Asheville for 6 years. That's 11 years. Then I went to Alba, which was a small school before we put the two together to make Alba Bryant. So Rush spent 12 years in what they call smaller classification ball. And I'll be honest with you, being back at this position, I really enjoyed it. And I really like it. I really do.
Do any of the kids that you're coaching, do they ever come up to you and say, "Hey, coach, I saw a two-a-days clip"?
Yes, they do all the time, Lord. They always hit me on the two a days clip. They always hit me on Titletown. Those are our kids now and watch Titletown, which is the deal about us. And you got to really search to find the two a day stuff. But and then they gonna bring up the kids will bring up to me headbutting the kid over in Georgia in 15. They'll bring that up. So, but it's all in fun. It's all in fun. So, or when I slam my headsets down and got in trouble and all that kind of stuff. So they bring some of that stuff up, but it's always jokingly, and we joke about it. And the one thing I've done, Jeff, in my career, I've had a great relationship with players. I think that's pretty evident. 263 kids that played for me, they went on to play college football. We've helped a lot of kids, and we've kept a really good relationship with a lot of them. I talked to one of my players this morning from Alma Bryant. That's been 27 years ago, 28 years ago this fall since I coached down there. And so you got to keep a relationship. I keep a relationship with all those Asheville kids, uh, so Heflin kids. I got guys that I coached at Heflin are 60, 61 years old. They're
Yeah,
grandfathers,
no, no. I don't know. How old are you?
67.
Okay, so I was looking at an old Jack State yearbook
Yeah.
because I went there for 2 years, and I came across your picture. You're a pretty good looking guy back then.
My hair was a lot longer. The hair
was
was a lot longer.
was so
Yeah.
good to see you. I wish you the best.
Jeff, you've been great to me my whole career, and I appreciate it a bunch. ABC 33-4 has been wonderful to Rush Probst. And I know I've given y'all some controversy over the years, but it wasn't caused by y'all, it was caused by me. So, uh, but I think Rush Probst has turned over a new leaf, and I think I'm doing this for the right reasons and love of the kids. And I wanted people to understand I'm doing this free. I'm only doing it 4 months. And I didn't let them make a decision if they want to further with me or whatever. I didn't want to put that kind of pressure on them where they had to keep me after this. I mean, 4 months, that's enough interview time. So, and then we'll see. I'm not saying I'll continue, but if they want me to and things go pretty good, I might. I don't know what I'm going to do, Jeff. I really don't know come December what I'm going to do. I got a lot of things rolling around in my brain. Uh, See how well my business is doing, and then possibly making a return to coaching somewhere or here or wherever. I have the urge to get back into coaching. I do that. I'm not. I don't think I'm done. I thought I was, but I'm not. I'm just not. May never be. May never be done with coaching. To be honest with you.
That's cool. Well, I appreciate you, Rush. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Jill. Appreciate it. See you soon.
All right, see ya.
Bye bye.